Hello, and welcome to the class. I know this is the first many of you will be working on a team together on a large scale, but I want to tell everyone right now, this is a journey we're all going to take together. First, you should recognize that every single one of you in this course is a success. To reach this far, to get this high in your already accumulated career as an academic student, you are a success. And pretty soon you'll be leaving our coveted halls at Middle Georgia State University, and you will become a success further. You will be not only one of our alumni, but one of the people we ask to come back and share and mentor later someone else on this journey you all are about to take together. So let's talk about some key points that we learned of your journey so far that will help you and remind you that you are a success. When I say this, I look at every student that comes into this course as a success model. Dr. John Gerard and I have both successfully implemented a plan for you and created a class that brings you into a success model that you can bring into your future employers. Or a lot of you, since you will be a team, may start an entrepreneurial adventure right now, become social entrepreneurs. Maybe your spur into working with nonprofits creates a method and a mindset for you to do the same for others and continue this plan. We're going to steer ourselves back mentally, and we'll grab our books off our shelf from that one of those first classes we learned, human-computer interaction, because we're going to have to bring all this knowledge into this field as we start together on this journey. We'll have to redo user task analysis first on our projects to understand what the problems are, what the social, what the cognitive, the behavioral problems, or maybe the environmental issue is with the problem you're trying to solve. And you will be solving real-world problems in this course. Successful completion of a problem solved, which we will agree on with your first report by doing a charter as a team together and all signing off on it, and myself signing off and agreeing on the scope. That's where I'll come in and make sure you guys are not trying to do too much or biting off more than you can chew. You are students with other classes, but you are successes. So we'll look back at how to do user task analysis. You'll be doing this. You'll think about your scientific models. You'll be bringing all of this into your reports because you will be citing all your past textbooks. So I hope you didn't sell them. You will need these. You can go to the library still and access these, or borrow on an interlibrary loan from your local library. Any of the books or texts you need, or PDFs you can get online from Galileo, or any of our online resources. I strongly encourage everyone to reach out to our librarian staff here for help. You'll need it in your reports, and you'll see if you write the word data, it better be described by someone out there who has described data. Because remember, you are not what? That's right, you are not the writer of data. You are not the person, a research scientist yet. You are still students. Therefore, every word and every term in your reports must be defined by a true doctorate, someone who has research ability and the actual academic backing to write data. Data is what? What is a project management? Well, you have to come up and use someone. We'll talk about Deming's again. Maybe use that 14-point strategy of Deming's. When you say leadership, you need to define leadership and collectively agree on a method and a style. These will be a lot of things we talk about. So let's start the journey together. Let's begin it. We know we are a success. Let's make this happen the whole way through. First, I look at myself as a coach, a sponsor, a mentor. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I see everyone in this class, if you have signed up and you have gotten to this point and your advisor has said go for it, as you are a success. You have the skills necessary to be in the course and to be completing a major task, solving a problem and working forward with everyone as a team member. This will be one of the things along the journey a lot of you are going to have to learn. You will learn to work as a team because no one out there will not go out in the real world and work on a team. You will all start at the bottom of the scale in most cases. Some people strike it rich and they become on the top. Maybe your team does this through this. That would be awesome. But no matter what, you will be working with teams. And in the real world, you have to work with someone else. So you will have to pick a leadership style, a management style, You will have to make a net chart, and you will have to make a success trajectory for everyone on the team that everybody identifies with and accepts in the charter and signs off on. And anytime there is a problem, you will need to go back to your charter and identify what you all agreed upon. I will coach you on this journey. I will not tell you how to code things. I will not tell you how to tell your client what to say or what to do or what to choose. You will need to work with your client. You will need to stay in constant contact with all stakeholders in this project. I expect every week an update from your team leader. You will choose one team leader who acts as a project manager overall, and that will be a short paragraph update. And inside this, I will have access to your actual WBS schedule. And I will see along this journey how much progress you are making as an individual and member of the team, which you will be graded upon, and how the team is progressing throughout the semester as well. The reports will help me, but these membership leadership little moments, which I expect to have, contact once a week by Fridays, telling me simply an update of where you are, how the client's working with this, and a main bullet point of what's happening for the week. I will at that point suggest, if I see things going off track, to get you back on track. I will help you to learn to be a leader. I hope you learn leadership skills in this. Think about leadership. It is the key to success in all these problems that we will be solving. You are a team. Everyone needs to work together. The first thing you should reflect back is in Bowman and Deal's 4 frames of management structures. Are you going to work in a structural frame? Ford's kind of automotive line where everybody's a cog and there's one kind of back-end leader and you do your part, and put it together and keep on track, which is fine, a structural frame. A lot of companies are run in this manner still. Are you going to have a political frame? To maybe you have one person who is very, very strong-minded, and you are accepting of that and accepting the ideas and the decisions he or she makes with your stakeholders, and that person represents all of you. This is a fine frame to do as well. You can set up a human resources frame style to where you moderate each and everybody through your charter, and everybody stays in check with this, the same as most organizations do today. You may also think about a symbolic. If you have someone who's very charismatic in your group and is able to speak publicly well, that person might be the leader for the group, to meet with me, to talk with the stakeholders, to get them in groove with what you need to do to get this solution solved. You'll have to think about these. Leadership styles have many different methods, and you're going to have to think about this. If you look at tribal leadership, there is always going to be in a group the negative Nancy. That person, no matter what everyone does, says, he's going to be the negative one, or the negative her. He's going to say, or she's going to say, no, this is stupid. That's dumb, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to fight with this person. You're going to have to learn through tribal leadership styles, which I'm sure you all study in your project management group, about how to move that person in by empowering him or her into that next stage to say, well, you know what, I'm the one with the problem here. I got to get on board because everybody else on the team is on board. And eventually the team gets empowered by this and says, hey, it's cool. You don't know how to do this code, but I can help you. I can mentor you. This is a weakness. We're going to bring those weaknesses into strengths with bring that person into the group. And once your team is grooving and everybody's on there, because usually there's a fear factor in this person that they don't know. And you guys have to be mentors and pick them up and bring them into the team. And once you do that, you start moving together as a team saying, we're awesome, we're going to do this. We already are a success. And where I have a weak link, you have a strength. And I'm going to learn from you and you're going to learn from me. And eventually you'll start externalizing that, which becomes true leadership, and pushing that out to other teams that you see having a weak link and offering help. Or getting help from them. Creating communities of practice. Using your pure knowledge management styles in this leadership to actually externalize your knowledge and help each other. You can look at Covey's habits of leadership, which I'm a big fan. He has 7 ones. Think with the end in mind. That's where you should start. What's our goal? Our goal is getting done. Getting out of this class and graduating December or graduating in May with A's. Having a completed project that works perfect and not having to come back into Dr. Spangler's class again. So how are we going to do this? We're going to be very proactive. We're going to set up a schedule together, and everybody's going to work at that schedule. If you're having a problem, you're going to communicate with your other team members. And if you don't know how to do something, you're going to learn how to do it. You're going to find a mentor in your group, or go external and get another group who has a great person working on code, or is able to find social media aspects that might help your client or stakeholder. You're thinking on a win-win situation. The win is when everybody ends and this class ends and everybody gets A's and moves forward. Everybody's done. So if you need to borrow some help from a friend, you do that. If you need to go talk to Dr. K, if you need to go talk to one of the other professors and pick their brains, you do that. If you need to go to the library and ask a librarian for resources for your reports to help you define what you're trying to say, you do this. That's win-win strategies. You think about the first things first. The charter is the first and most important thing you're going to be putting together. It's what you all agree upon. It's your law. It's your order. And when anything comes back, you go back to your charter and say, no, this is what we all agreed upon. You synchronize at that point. You start sharing knowledge. You're helping each other. If someone has a weekend where they have to go away for a family event, maybe you pick up that person's workload. In exchange, they pick up yours. And it's agreed upon. You synchronize. You help each other. If you've got yours done and someone else is lagging and needing help, you help that person. You think first to understand and then to be understood. This is one of the hardest things because everybody wants to jump on somebody when they're going a little slower in the group. Well, maybe that person's teaching himself and is afraid to say, hey, I don't really know all this. I bit off more than I can chew. Or I had a hard week in this other class. I really bombed this paper. I bombed this test. Or, you know what, my mom's been really sick. My dog's been out. Something's happened in their life that's tragic. We have to think first to understand and listen emphatically to this person and say, okay, I understand, I hear you. We understand and we understood what you needed. And we're going to be there for you to support you. And when you have this together as a journey, you're going to start motivating each other, and that's when true teams build. And that's when you start sharpening the saw, as Dr. Covey says, creating a journey that everybody wants to be on. And then you externalize this so other teams are trying to get aid from you. And that's when you become true leaders, true sharers of your knowledge. And you're constantly sharpening that saw. You're going out and looking for more information from your past professors and books that you had, picking my brain and others. This is sharpening the saw. We're going to go back and most importantly, look at the project management class you had. We're going to remember all those things because every single report you got it, gang, is going to be almost that whole entire book you went through before and all those exercises. And you're going to build the net charts. You're going to choose probably Deming's 14 quality management techniques and go through it and say, this is why we're going to pick to do this model. This is why we're using this leadership frame. This is why we chose to tell our stakeholder this. You need to be able to support your decisions, and the only place you can support your decision is back from your project management class. Yes, it always comes back. You have to think about this. Maybe you go into Six Sigma styles to point out why you're making decisions and flow in this way. When you're looking at your WBS, you want to make sure they're fair. You want to make sure that the NAT charts and everything shows progression. You want to make sure your journey is great. Every time that you're working together, you want to make sure that you're all happy. That everybody on the team is a winner. Gang, I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to do together. We're going to have a great time. And when you need me, please call and talk out decisions that you feel that you need help with. I'm here to be your coach. I look forward to your journey.